In this video, I will show you how you can execute a kettlebell deadlift. But before that, I strongly recommend that you watch my previous video in this free kettlebell course on how to properly do a squat and how to properly do a hip hinge and the difference between the two. You can watch this video by clicking on this link. This is how you do a kettlebell deadlift. Let's start first with the feet placement on the floor. Feet should be shoulder width. Your toes should be pointing out slightly to the side by 10 to 15 degrees max. Second, the kettlebell should be placed between your feet. The handle of the kettlebell should be crossing the middle of your feet. Next, first thing you need to do is by bringing your edges of your hands on the creases of your hips and shifting your pelvis back to feel the weight on your heels. Naturally, you'll be flexing, your ankles and knees will naturally flex. The position of the chin should be always making 90 degrees with the floor. At this point, you keep hinging back until you can no longer stretch your hamstrings or be going back. You should feel your hamstrings flexed at all times. Let's look at this position and what you need to take care of while doing this position. First, the knees should be in line with your middle of your feet. The knees should not be caving in and should be not pointing out. Okay? So this is at the knee level. Second, your chest should be pointing down in front of you like this, in this position. Should be making your back should make 45 degrees with the floor. At this point, your hip line or your hips should be above your knees and your shoulders should be above your hips. At this point, at this position, if you cannot reach the kettlebell, you can bring your hips down. Before you lift the kettlebell, you need to inhale, engage your core, drive the heels towards the floor. Make sure your lats are engaged. Your neck should be like this. You don't want to put a lot of tension on your neck. You should be looking at the horizon. Engage your core and drive your hips forward while driving your feet towards the floor. At this position, there should be a straight line between your heel, knees, hips, and shoulder, and you should be looking straight. Your glutes should be tight, extremely tight, and your core also should be engaged. And this is how you should look like, and your neck should be sticking forward. Your neck should be aligned also with your spine. How you put it back, you simply bring your hips back towards the floor. You bring the hips back and the kettlebell towards the floor, and you put it back on the floor. So this is how you do a kettlebell deadlift. One very important point in kettlebell training is that you need to maintain neutral spine at all times and abdominal pressure. And this is how you should be breathing while doing a kettlebell deadlift. First, when you start hinging back, here you need to inhale and keep inhaling until you reach the kettlebell. Before you start driving the heels towards the floor and hips forward, you need to make sure that you maintain abdominal pressure by engaging your core to stabilize the spine before any movement. If you lift the kettlebell off the floor without engaging your core and without maintaining this abdominal pressure, you will definitely feel some pressure on your lower back, which leads to lower back injuries. So make sure when you are doing kettlebell deadlift, hinging back, I inhale, I engage my core, I maintain my abdominal pressure, I drive my hips towards the floor, and drive my hip forward, and I exhale at the top of the move. But when you inhale and exhale, you don't want to at the same time release this abdominal pressure while you are performing the move. In the next video, I will show you how you can properly clean a kettlebell off the floor so you can start training with it. But before that, make sure to like this video if you really like the content of this kettlebell course. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and colleagues who might be interested in learning how to train with kettlebells. And finally, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon if you want to get notified every single time I post a new video in this free kettlebell course. Talk to you soon.